Alright, so I'm looking at this file. I corrected the extra joint that was embedded in here, and now it's gone. And then now it does this correctly. But there's a way bigger issue. Alright, so this is your center of gravity controller, but your root joint is here, and again your center of gravity controller is over here. This part was left out. It's I tried to see if we could somehow salvage it, save some time and stress, but there's no way around it. This thing needs to be, unfortunately, the controllers, animation controllers, right? By the way, I renamed them for you. I at least did that to try to help out, right? I have them named as left control, right control, right? So hopefully that will help out. And your joints though, yeah, they should be kind of named better too. Anyhow, so basically, I gotta just say it. You gotta disconnect the controllers, right? And then also have to delete all the constraints. Unfortunately, all the constraints has to be wiped out. There is no exceptions for that because they're all linked, assuming that the way they are parented, I mean the parent constraints, the way they're set up, they're correlated to how the animation controllers are set up and positioned. And when everything is how do you say this, not set up right from the beginning, which is here, the entire chain is compromised for the constraints as well as the placement of the controller. So basically what has to be done is where you have to go in, first of all, wipe out all the constraints. All the constraints need to be wiped out. Yeah, just wipe out the whole thing. The empty group organizer, that you probably could leave alone, right? Because they're not related to the skeleton joints, and they're not related to these other secondary controllers. They're only related to the group and empty group organizer. So everything else gotta wipe out. All these other guys minus the empty group organizer. So press delete. Then your controllers now. Okay, so let me see, this guy right here, this is where it all starts. And you had also set up, yeah, your sequence of order of parenting is unfortunately wrong from the beginning. Like this guy right here, this whole thing needs to be unparented. It's just too complicated and too much word salad for me to, describe all of it. Best thing to do is grab it, edit, tear it off, unparent. Yeah. And then this, oh wait, you don't have a controller over here either. See, you missed this controller. If I undo this, right, you had missed out on this one, this here anyway. I don't know if you even need this. Yeah, you don't even need this. Alright, man. Shift P. Grab this, Shift P. Then, alright, so I'll show what to do. Alright, this guy right here, first thing I did was unlock the reference for the bones on the display layer. Then you grab this, right? See, this guy doesn't have a controller, but also then again, it's not needed, right? Because this position here will suffice. So you have to grab this one, this controller, right? Carefully, just, you know, let me set the, okay, that's good. The mesh is set to reference. So you grab this controller, the ball, right? Not the controller, bone, ball, bone, right? This one right here. Press unparent, which is Shift P, disconnected it. Then you grab this ball joint, which is here, and then you press Shift P. Oops. You grab this, and then you just delete it. So you have this guy right here, your root joint. Then it starts off with that, which is that. Now I'm going to grab this ball joint, shift select this ball joint, because this always wants to go down, right? Selection order. Sibling to the older brother to the parent joint. So again, grab this ball joint like that. You literally click on the ball, not the shaft, just the ball. Shift select this ball joint, press P. There you go. Alright. One, root, joint one, joint one. Now the naming is completely out of whack. What you can do is this, in order to name them, the selection order is you grab from the beginning, right? This guy right here, because it's named 11, blah 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 blah. Then I hold shift and select next upper, next upper, next upper, 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 carefully holding shift and left click, bop, bop, bop. Well, except for this. Start from here, shift select, bop, 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 in sequential order. Then you go over here, right? It may or may not be hidden. If it is, you'll see this little triangle on this tab. Click it, open. If you do not see this, you click on this little box. Right? You may have it look like, I don't know, something like this. It's probably like looking like this, crosshair. You click it, change it to rename. Again, you click on this guy right there to open that secret compartment up. Then you click on rename while having this selected from the top down. Selection order is important, because if not, it'll renumber them the wrong way. Anyhow, you did that. Now you go in here. I'll just name this. I'll do that. I'll delete the previous numbers, and then I'm just gonna press enter. And when I do that, this will rename itself. Maybe I'll start with 2, because this is 1. If I start with 2, maybe I'll be smart enough to do it. Okay, partially. Alright, so there's that. Alright. That's some limitations. So, okay, so I renamed it. I wonder if it'll be smart enough if I press delete. Nope, it's not that smart. So I undid one time. You go back in. You gotta, you know, double click, carefully just, you know, delete those leftover junk. It's not too bad. Uh-oh, what the hell am I just doing right now? Why is it? So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Undo, undo. Undo. Undo again. So maybe I gotta go and maybe I put 0, 1. Yeah, I might as well just do something like this, right? You put 0, 1 again. You see how it was all named up right here? Last one selected shows up here. Then you just go delete, delete, and put a, I believe, what did I put? A 2 underscore 2. I mean, you could do something like that, but preferably you do want to delete it. Oh, god damn. You know what, you gotta name it manually. Name it like this. You literally gotta do this, man. Right, do this, make sure to do this, because in your situation, you want anything and everything to help you organize and coordinate, and naming it accordingly is the right thing to do to prevent. It's a way of preventing bad stuff from happening. Yeah, make sure to do this. Okay. So everything's renamed. Now you get to go grab, yeah. So overall, delete all the constraints minus the empty group constraints, right? And then you have to go in this right here as well. Oh man, yeah, you have to grab the entire thing, this to here, Shift P. You have to crack this open, grab this and this, all of it, or just this. Shift P, no, it will not let you. Grab this one instead, because this is this one. Shift P, good. So basically this, at least you can salvage this, right? And Control 1, because that's the right side. And I believe, yeah, all of this is the left side. So the right side chain of controllers is fine. Now you have to go grab, oh, see, this is confusing. This one right here, see, the naming will screw you up really bad. Yeah. This guy right here, this one, first and foremost, need to wipe this out. Yeah. And then this right here, you want to name this, I don't know, left control. You cannot put 1 because 1 has already been designated. Maybe just put 0. That way, now I can go in and grab this one, right? Just manually rename it 1. Oh no, it won't even let me do that. God, it's so annoying, man. So wait, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you can't. I'm gonna just do this. Just add a 0. This one, this control, right, which is this one, will be 0, 1. This one, right, always select and see where it's positioned. Name it 0, 2. This one, name it 0, 3. This one, name it 0, 4. 3, 4, 0, 5. Yeah. This is your center of gravity, right? Just gotta name it N COG. Alright, make sure to name them. Grab this, hold V as in Victor, snap it. When you do snap it, hide the mesh because it gets in the way during the snapping. Then you have to wipe out the transforms, freeze transform. This is your right control, which is fine. Your left control, which is now correct. Now you have to do the parenting process again. So this is your control, COG control in the right place. Right, but you have to start from the top. Start from here. Right, this set is good. Select that. Shift select this controller. Press D. Grab this set, which is now part of this as well. This guy right here, which is this. Shift select this, press P. Click outside for a bit, grab this again, shift select this, press P. Click outside, shift select the set, select the set, shift select the older parent, older brother controllers, press P. Click outside, select this, which is this, shift select this controller, press P. Click outside, select the set, shift select this controller, press P. Now you have the right order, blah 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 blah. This right here. So since the secondary controllers have the right order now you shift select the COG. Press. And also remember to freeze transforms for your COG. Remember to do that. Press P. Now your COG has entire stack. That's why it's important to, like I said, to rename it, because it will screw with you if it's not named right. Especially given that the rig was compromised. Alright, and then from there, let's close this out. Oh shit, what am I looking at? Oh, did I screw with something wrong? Oh, no. Okay, good. Alright, okay, good. Thought I was messing with the F controller. I'm gonna just grab this, close it, grab it. I have it hidden right now. That's why it's grayed out. Select it, left click, select it, middle mouse, click and hold. I repeat, middle mouse, click and hold. Drag it. So it just sees a dotted line only. Let go of the middle mouse. Just put it back on top there. That I almost screwed with the F group. Anyway, so we have close this out, the root joint for the N. Now this N controller, set, select it, close it, middle mouse, click on it, drag and drop it into the empty group organizer, the N empty group organizer. Let go of the middle mouse. Now it is neatly packaged into the N empty group organizer as it should be. And you know what, even with this, I'm going to select it, middle mouse, click and hold, drag it, and reorganize it to be right underneath the root joint. Let go of the middle mouse. There. Control root joint set. N control set with the COG where it should be. The constraints you don't have to worry about because they're linked to the organizer only. This right here. Also, you need to unbind it. So change this to rigging. Go to skin, unbind, right? You select the mesh and then unbind. It takes away the locked out channels for the mesh. Now you also need to delete the delta mesh by deleting the history. Remember to do this. I repeat, remember to do this to the history regarding the mesh. That's the right sequential order. You unbind and then you delete history. That order of sequence needs to be followed. Right? From there, you go through the process of parenting again. All of these controllers, just use parent constraint, and then afterwards you do the constraints. Yeah, you should do the constraints. But at the same time, you could still bind the mesh, right? And then do the constraints, whichever. Because if you bind the mesh and then do the delta mesh, you can see the animation controllers manipulating the bones in real time. Because right now, if the mesh is not binded to the bones and then you do the constraints, you can't test it. You cannot test the articulation of the mesh being manipulated by the bones. So perhaps you could just go in and open up the entire joint chain. You press shift and left click on the joint chain. Then you shift select everything for the joint chain. Then you hold control and then you also select the mesh. Then you go in and skin, bind skin, option box. Follow all these steps. I repeat, follow all these steps. Do not skip any of these steps. Do it exactly like this, right? Several students screwed this up, even though I put a PDF and video. Applying close. calculate. Computing. Alright, so I had paused the video for a moment to let it process. So now the mesh is bound to the bones. Right. If I select the bone and just pull, if I select this bone, I can rotate. I'm gonna click on this icon here, multi-sample, make it nice and smooth, visually looking in the viewport. After you do that, right, you have to remember, select the mesh again. Now you apply the delta mesh again. Deform, delta mesh, option box. Set to minimum of 40. That's what I wrote in the PDF as well as the videos. But for your situation with some of the corners being not behaving right, you want to set it to probably 100. Hit apply. And that's done. So if I select the mesh, this is the order it should look like. Your delta mesh says 5 because it seems to be that's the 5th delta mesh that was applied throughout the entire scene, right? When you include the other letters and trial and error. Then underneath that, you should see the skin cluster. So basically what this tells us is that first the skin cluster, which is the bind skin, this was set from the bottom up first. Second was the delta mesh. So this is how it should look like. And this, your mesh is now locked out by de facto. Right. So that's what should be done. Then you start the process of constraints. You select the controller right here, crack that open, way at the bottom, which is this controller. You can press Q to hide the move handle, shift select the bone, grab the ball, right, not the shaft, the ball, constrain, tear it off, time constraint, because the joint is colored. Grab it, and yank on it, you can rotate it. Next, grab the next controller, shift select the corresponding ball joint. You can press G as in George, which will repeat the last command, which was parent constraint. Press G. There. And then the process gets restarted. Joint 16, parent constraint. Joint 16, parent constraint, goes up to the literal joint 16. Joint 17, parent constraint, joint 17, parent constraint. So that's what needs to be done. Also, for your final letters, organize them like this, color, right? End controllers, end bones, end mesh. Please do not mix and match, right? It will drive me crazy. Animation controllers, F bones, F mesh, U controllers, U bones, U mesh. So this entire process, please follow this to have it completed. I checked your other rigs, except for U. Alright, let's see if U is okay. So oh no, it's not. Even the U. Alright. Let's grab the global controller. Alright. Place it back here. Your COG. Alright, the empty group organizer is fine, but yours, same thing. Why is that over here? And then you're also missing, oh, what's in here? Alright, you hide the mesh. You can grab this. No, not only that, but you have to unparent this whole thing now. Again, same thing for the U. You gotta, alright, R and L, these are okay. You got lucky with that. Now you have to grab this and this, right? This branch, which is this and this. Select both of them. Middle mouse click and hold. And then you have to just yank it out. Hopefully you can put it right underneath here. There. See? This and this. They're separated from the COG. And then the U, you have to go. Oh, you gotta be careful with this one. Where's the constraints at? The root joint. Right here. Your root joint constraint, you had it set to orient. This thing needs to be parent constraint. Anyway, you gotta wipe this out. Make sure to wipe out the root joint orient constraint. Make sure to do that. If not, it's gonna be screwed. Now you grab the COG, which is now not part of any chain at all, and it's not influencing any controller. I mean, it's not COG, the UCOG is not influencing any bone, because the constraint that corresponds with this controller has been deleted, as you saw just previously. Now you place the COG controller for the U. Make sure to hide the mesh. Press V as in Victor, snap it. There's data in here. Make sure to freeze transform. Make sure to do that. Now this process has to be redone. You select this left branch, right? But before you even do that, let me set the mesh to reference. Grab this controller, right? I'm gonna click on this. This is just to make everything component mode for the lines. Select the whole thing. In component mode. Or actually, let's grab this right here. You can yank it out some more, so that it kind of sticks out. There. You can grab this, yank it out. Make sure you have this. At least I'll help out a bit. There, that'll help out. And then you can fiddle with this as well. And do the same for these. Something like that. Might as well just do it this way. Or you could do it this way too. Whatever. Yeah. I'm just doing this for the sake of being OCD. So what I did was right click object mode. You hover over it, or you just click on this to go back to object mode for everything. Alright, then you don't have to worry about freezing transforms, because in component mode, right, with the purple dots, it does not screw around with the important stuff in the channel box. Then you grab this left controller, left controller, shift select the COG, press T. Now the COG is where it should be. Grab the right controller, shift select the COG, press T. Now you have it right. And then if you're to scale, let's see here. Oh, you also have to do the parenting. You grab the COG, shift select the root joint, because the root joint, it does not have a constraint. Constraint, parent constraint. Now this stable. Always test it out. Always. Alright, see, I see you locked it out, which is fine. Fine. This is fine. Always test it out. I'm testing out the controllers. I'm going to lock out the bones. Always test it out. Grab this, shifts like that. These are the controllers. The very last one, if I press E, whatever I select last in my selection order, the pivot point will go to that last selection, which is here. Okay. Select that, shift select, bop, 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 press E. Okay. Good. Good. Let's see if it will scale properly. Yes. Now, make sure to go back and lock out the scales, like how you did here. Right, grab this. Also meaning for the your end joint, lock out. Don't forget to lock out for your end joint, right? Certain things in your end joint. I think your COG, right? Your original end joint, I don't think you had locked out the scale for the COG. So double check your end joint as well. Go back to your U joint. You grab the COG. The COG, you do not scale. Your global is what you scale, which is in the right place. Good. See. Remember, your global controller, U main group is locked. F, your F main group is not locked out. The group, remember, group is just a container. The group for your F needs to be locked out. I repeat, it needs to be locked out. You did not have it locked out. N group, you did have it locked out. U group, well, it's locked out. So back to what I was saying, make sure to understand that the global controller is just for placement let's see if you need to have this character placed stage left, you move the global controller off the stage, right? Think of the global controller as the limo, right? The global controller is the limo that takes you to the set, the global controller. Then you grab the COG, and the COG is the actual actor stepping out of the limo, which is your global controller, to start acting out in the play. Blah 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 blah. Your COG is what you animate and keyframe, not your global controller. I repeat, not the global controller. Several students have done that already. When I told them not to do it, animate with the COG. Because I will deduct points for animating the global controller. You just don't do that. It's a bad habit. Alright. So that needs to be done. Yeah. So the file I'm going to send back, it will only have basically this, where extra embedded joint is missing, right? End joint, where you still need to fix this, right? Entire process of this. Basically, whatever I started off in the beginning of this video is where this, what this file is. So you have to do that along with the U. The F, I think, is fine. Right, I checked the F. Press H. Right. See, this one was fine. This is what I mean by, I have a feeling that this was rushed. Because if this was done well, but the others not, something was rushed. See? Your F, you need to lock out the scale. Lock out the scale. You know, I'm not going to do that. You need to lock out the scale. I will shave off points for not doing that. See, all the other ones have been some, yeah. Yeah, see, I remember these parts were good. Lock that out. This here, global control is fine. Scale is fine. Yeah. So F joint, also lock this out, the main group, COG, lock out the scale. Okay, so that's everything. Alright, I'm gonna put this on YouTube, and I'm gonna send the link. It is 7 a.m. in the morning, so do what you can, right? Again, this is my personal time, and I'm, you know, semester's over, but like I said, like, I'll do what I can to help out, but generally a lot of professors not gonna do this. Like, this is last minute, but do your best and try what you can, and let me know how it goes and whatnot. Alright, bye.